Here's a simple workaround for manipulating INI files using Windows 10. Working with these INI files with Windows 7 was a breeze. You just open them, change whatever you want to change, save them, close them. You know, it was easy. Working with Windows 10, there's a lot of safety things in there that keeps you from manipulating them files. And I'll show you. I'll try to manipulate an INI file right now for one of these games right here, Strike Fighters. This applies to any game or any little program or function that uses an INI file. Used to be real easy. They're kind of a hassle with Windows 10. So I'll go and try to change one right now. And I know where they're at for this particular game. Could be any game, could be any feature on your computer that you're trying to modify that uses an INI file. Alright, and you can see here it's got an exe file for the application, and then it's got an INI file associated with each one of these. Different programs, different things, but it's an INI file. INI files are all basically the same. And they open up with Notepad. You can get an editor, you can do a lot of things, but this is with Windows 7, you just open them up with Notepad. Notepad's what they open with. Notepad, and you could just change them, manipulate them, do whatever you want, and then close them. And let's see what happens when I try to change a feature in this game. You say save. It's going to try and save it right where it is. Cool, yeah, sure, whatever, save. And it says it already exists. Do you want to replace it? Yeah, sure. And it says it's a read-only. Now you can go and change the attributes and the properties for these files. But even then, it's going to tell you you need to be the administrator. Even if you are the administrator, you're like, hey, I'm the administrator. It still won't let you do it. And then once you do that, okay, we're going to quit that. We're going to cancel that. And once you do all that, sometimes the programs won't function right if you don't go back and put the properties and the attributes of that file exactly the way they were. Okay, so it's just a hassle. Don't save it. Get out of here. Now, another option, because I tried doing all this stuff. Now, if you go and right-click on Notepad, you can go up here to More, and you can run it as an administrator. Yes, sure, whatever. Now, you can try going fishing for that file and adjusting the properties and the attributes and manipulate that file. But if you don't get them just back the way they were, and it'll ask you which users, this user, that user, everybody, this, that, the other. Sometimes the programs won't run. It's just a big hassle, and it won't work sometimes. So, you know, that's one way. But I found an easier workaround, and this is my workaround for dealing with INI files with Windows 10. I'll go and you could go any place. I just go to my desktop, and I'll create a temporary folder, new folder. And I'll call it anything. You can call anything you want. I'll call this temp working. And I'll create it. And there it is. Temp working. You can put it anywhere you want. I just put it right there. And so what I'll do is I'll go back to that program. Could be any program. INI files basically work the same for games, programs, features on your computer, anything that uses an INI file. They're all basically the same. I'll go back here and I'll find that file. And I'll take it, that's the INI file, and I'll copy it. Boom, got it. And I'll drop it in here in this file. Paste. There it is. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll open it up with Notepad just like I would in Windows 7. And I'll go down here and I'll make my change. And could be a line, could be, you know, telling it to go to a different directory to use this. You're changing a file. It's an INI file. You know, if you're trying to send it someplace for a different program or this, that, it's an INI file. But I'm going to manipulate this. Okay. And I'll say File, Save As, and I'll just name it something different. And for convenience sake, I'll go over to the end of there and I'll just put a 2. Boom. Put a 2 in there. And it's going to try to save it on my desktop in my temporary working file. Save. No hassle. Boom. Get out of here. Now I got 2 of them. Got the old one. Got the one with the change on it. So then I'll take this and I'll copy it. And I'll get out of there. Then I'll come back here. Go back to my program. Just put your little pointer, put your cursor over here someplace where it ain't doing nothing. And go paste. It'll say provide administrator permission. Well, I'm the administrator. It's my computer. Okay. You're the administrator on your computer. Yeah, sure, whatever. Do it, man. All right, now you see you got the original one and you got the one with the 2 in there. There it is. There's the 2. You got the original one and you got the new one in there. And just take this sucker and delete it. Go back here. Rename it. Get rid of the 2. Boom. Now you got a new INI file with the modifications in it that you wanted on Windows 10. That's my workaround. Okay. Thanks everybody. Cool. Good luck.